Roger, Eagle. Go for landing, over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. Eagle looking great. Listen, the Eagle has landed.
Hello, everybody. I'm Graham Nolan. I am the president of Compass Comics, writer, artist, publisher, and we're doing a show today about crowdfunding. What you should expect when you back a crowdfunding project. And I'll walk you through mine and show you some things to look for, some things to expect, and hopefully it will allay any fears you may have about doing this type of thing. So first off, thanks for joining me. What is crowdfunding? Well, crowdfunding is a new way of enabling artists, creators, entrepreneurs, if you will, to get products funded and brought to market. In the publishing world, it changes the paradigm completely, so that now creators aren't beholden to these large corporations that just suck up the energy and your properties, and then when they're done with you, spit you out. So that's the beauty of it, and that's why I've gone into this full bore with my projects. So I have one going on right now called the Ghost of Matacumba Key. And if you've never backed a project, here's the things that you should expect as a backer. You should expect high quality on whatever merchandise it is that you're backing. You should expect responsive connection with the creator. You should expect an honest delivery time. You should expect updates of where the process is, because this does take time, particularly for comic books. If it's a single artist writer, that's a monumental task, because not only do you have to write and illustrate 64 or more pages of crowdfunded comic, you have to traffic it with lettering, coloring, dealing with printers, and then the big elephant in the room is the promotion of it, getting the word out about your project to as many people as possible. And the way to do that these days is through streaming, like what we're doing right now. We're connecting right now through YouTube. Facebook, the algorithms just beat any chance of getting to new audiences there down to the ground. Instagram, you can't post hyperlinks, not good. Twitter is a little better, but it's still not great. So this is the way. I sound like a Mandalorian. This is the way to reach out and touch and connect with your audience. Let us do this. Tab. Okay. So this is the current campaign that I have. For whatever reason, Indiegogo is shadow banning this campaign, even though it's very successful. We're $110 away from $109,000 raised. Now, here's something else you have to understand about crowdfunding, that this sounds like a big number, but shipping is in this as well. And that's a big chunk of it. And then, of course, then there's the production of all the product, the printing costs, the manufacturing of merchandise, t-shirts, hats, buttons, stickers, prints, all that stuff. So that may seem like a really high number, but in fact, it really isn't, because of all the expenses that go into it. Comic books are an expensive product because they're so labor intensive. And the cost of a regular floppy, a 20-page floppy is now like $5 from the corporate comics, and they can't even afford that. And they're delivering dribble to you. So the good thing about what we're doing here in crowdfunding is that you are enabling us to create the types of stories that we want to tell, and that hopefully you want to read. The fact that you back these things is indicative of the fact that you do want to read these kind of stories that are they're not polemics, they're not ideologically driven. The first and foremost mandate from Compass Comics is entertain, have fun, entertain. That's what comic books are for, and those are the kind that I like. I like to read. I like action. I like adventure, and I think most people want that rather than people sitting around coffee shops drinking coffee and lamenting about what their pronouns are and how terrible it is to have the burden of being a superhero. Who gives a shit? Go fight and save the world. Fight giant robots and monsters and do fun things. And these are the kind of comics that I'm doing and that many of my compadres are doing as well. So this is a crowdfunding site. This is Indiegogo, and this is what a page looks like. So we'll walk you through it. Everybody's is different, but obviously it's going to tell you what's available and what the story is about and all of that stuff. So since this campaign's been up and running for a while, we don't start off with what the story is about. We're updating. So, here's the things that were added recently. And these are for those ultimate collectors that want to have a signed copy of the book. They want it graded and slabbed. And, I will take these books, sign them, and fill out the paperwork and send them into CGC on your behalf. And then CGC themselves will ship the signed graded books directly to you. This is a great deal because it's at a discount of where if you were to go to CGC yourself, it would cost you a lot more because I get a discount and I can pass that along to you. So if you are that kind of collector, this is the thing for you. So we also have mini prints that are available. I add this on all my campaigns. It started off with Buy Graham a beer. I've done Buy Graham a bourbon, and now it's Buy Graham a cigar. It's basically a tip jar for people that maybe appreciate the content that I offer on YouTube and stuff, and the fun that we have together. So that's just a fun little thing. So this is how it starts off. We talk about the comic itself. And this particular one is what I call a linchpin. It's going to tie in together all my other books. These are larger images of the covers. On the right-hand side is what they call the perks. So this is what you would go to on the left-hand side. After you've scrolled down the main side here on the left, rather, it'll show you the large pictures of things. And then on the right-hand side is the perks. And those are the things you would choose, for whatever you like. Like if you wanted a Compass Comics beanie, or in this case, an ash can edition. This would be all the layouts for the entire book. So if you're an aspiring artist or storyteller, this is a great thing to have because it shows you the storytelling process in the very beginning and how it's laid out, and you can compare it to the printed book. So then we get down to the basics. Like this is cover A. This is the main cover. Cover B, which is a variant that I did. See, then we have the larger pictures over here. This is the creature features cover. So the interiors are the same on this, but the cover will feature a glow-in-the-dark logos, which will be really cool. Then we have the Kelly Jones cover. My good friend Kelly Jones did this amazingly creepy cover that will have an embossed logos on it. This guy, this ghost guy might be embossed too. I have to look into if that's possible. If it is, we may do that as well. Back over to the right, we've got challenge coins. I'm going to do a series of these. This is series 1, and this is the first coin in the series. This is features the logo and a ghostly character. And then this is another version. This is the cover. This is called the black and white version. This is where the interiors are black and white too. Same story, but the interiors are strictly line work and gray tones, like it was originally drawn before color was added. So if you're a purist and you like to see the art in its original look, this is the one for you here. Now, this is an opportunity I've had in my other campaigns as well, to have a fan become a character in the story. And it was very successful in the other two. Nobody has chosen it for this one, so there are 5 slots available. You can become a ghost or a survivor. But this one's going to be leaving pretty soon because I'm laying out the story now that the script is locked down. And I've got to figure out scenes where these folks are going to show up so that you can see them clearly. So if that's something you're interested, you better jump on that quickly. Here's a larger shot of the challenge coins. Now, this is something other crowdfunders offer if they're the artists. Commissions. I don't keep my commission list open during the year because I'm too busy with my publishing and creating of my properties. So I like to offer them for collectors during the campaigns. So this time I'm offering 2 different versions, and they're both discounted as well. The Compass Comics commission would be your least expensive one because you're asking for me to draw any of the characters I've created. I don't, I'm not going to go around promoting Marvel and DC's work. But if fans want that because they know my work from there, I'm more than happy to do it. But I think that if you are a fan of the Compass Comics brand and stuff, then, you should be discounted. Corporate Comics Commission is basically, any character that Marvel and DC publishes or that's been published, that it's popular culture character that people know. Then you get to the part where you show pages. Now, these are the first 10 pages of the story. They're colored, and they're off to the letterer right now. And once the lettering gets on, I'm going to swap these out with the lettering on it so that backers and potential backers can read and get a feel for the dialogue in the story. I think that's important. Although visually, it's pretty easy to follow along because I'm that kind of storyteller. If you're a fan of the professionals, you'll get a kick out of this book too, because all the bros are making appearances in it. And so right off the bat, we have our pal Art Tiber. He plays the security guard, and that's his dog Arrow. If you've ever seen Arrow in the background, tearing up toys, that's him. So he hears something, and he's a security guard at a construction site in the Florida Keys, and he sees this guy standing by the edge of the swamp there. And the guy just disappears, but then he pops up behind him in his true form, his ghostly form. Then we cut the scene to the Everglades, and we see a large gator sitting on the shore. There'll be a sound effect here of a gunshot as the gator jumps away into the water, and we meet Tom Beaumont, who is a poacher who's out there shooting at the gator and he's trying to smoke some pot in the rain. He hears a noise in the sky, and he sees a plane going down, and ba-boom, it explodes. So he and his dog Rufus hop in the John boat, get that moving over, and they find the wreckage. And among the wreckage is a bunch of bales of cocaine. So Tom weighs his choices, and he tosses the wet blunt away, and he thinks he's in Happy Town now with this brick of cocaine. So then we cut again to the next day, and we get to meet our heroes, Misty Fahrenheit and Mike Meathead Rutowski. Now, Mike is a former MMA fighter, as is Misty. That's where they met. They have a private investigation firm, and things are slow. They're so slow. Misty's on her phone, and he's checking out stories on the internet, and they're reading about last night's airplane crash. And Misty is clairvoyant, and she also has a connection to the spirit world. But she senses people are coming in, and lo and behold, these two guys come in. This is Benny, and this is Snake, and they're two ne'er-do-wells that work for a crime boss in Miami called the Manatee, Vincent Manatee. They come in, and they're rather threatening in the way they approach things. They just kind of barge in. He walks behind the desk. He starts asking them questions because he says, "Are you Mike Meathead Rutowski, the MMA fighter?" And he says formerly. And then this guy gets all, in Misty's face, very rude and crude. But Misty won't take that and gives it back to him. And he appreciates that. He says, "Oh, yeah, I won't tell you the dialogue because it's really cool. I'll let you read it when it pops up." But Mike isn't liking the vibe of these guys and tells them to get out. And this guy, Benny, says, "What if we don't, tough guy?" And he says, "Well, I'm going to shoot your balls off then." He's got his .45 drawn, pointed at his crotch. And so Snake is like, whoa, let's settle down. Let's chill out here. And so he offers him a job. He wants him to find some missing merchandise. But Mike's no dummy. He understands, that merchandise came out of the sky last night. And at that time of night, in that type of weather, it could only be one thing. It could only be drugs. And he wants nothing to do with it. And he sends these guys packing. And they're none too happy. So, and Misty's none too happy either. They have to give up this work for their morals. But she understands it's the right thing to do. She also tells him to answer his phone here, and he says, "My phone's not ringing," and then starts beeping. She clicks the answer button, and he talks to some mysterious guy. He tells her that some work might be coming their way. Things are looking up, and then we cut to the construction site from the previous night. They're digging more foundation out, and they find this old car buried there. And here's our other bro. This is Billy Tucci here. He plays the foreman on the work site. So that's our first 10 pages of the story. It gets us going. It introduces us to most of our characters. Here's some of the other swag. We've got a ghost mini print that was colored by Dan Lawless. A print from the previous campaign, Alien Alamo. Another one from Alien Alamo. Original artwork. Although I think this one sold already. Yeah, I think this one sold. And this one sold as well. This one's still available if you're into that. Then some of the swag I talked about, the shirts, the merchandise. Really cool looking images. St. Clair Apparel does a really top-notch job. These are not cheap shirts. They are gorgeous. They have the logos on the inside. They're tagless. They're super soft and durable. And the colors are really great. Here's a shirt. You can tell the world your favorite comic book company. and that you supported it with crowdfunding. Now, everybody who orders books gets something called stretch goals. So when you make up your campaign, you set these stretch goals, and these are numbers that get hit. Then you get X amount. You get various upgrades in your purchase. So if you order that book on day one, you get the book for $25. But by the time we're ready to go to print, you might be getting not only the book for that $25, but you're also getting the bookmark, you're getting stickers, you're getting mini prints, you're getting all these maybe extra pages, an upgrade in paper. These kind of things all go through the process as you hit certain financial goals, which allows you to upgrade things for your backers, which I think is really, really cool about the crowdfunding paradigm. If you missed out on previous campaigns, these are all things that are available as add-ons. So like if you buy the book and you go to checkout, you could get, the Chinook or giant-sized two-fisted manly tails added on. And it's reduced shipping when you bundle it together like that. So those are the main aspects of the crowdfunding. And here are the perks on the right. So if you wanted these things, you would click them, and it would tell you what you get. And then you'd select that perk. Then it would take you to checkout, and where you'd put your credit card and add on anything you want to add on. It would determine your shipping, and then you pay for it. And it's as simple as that. We also have 6x9 head sketches too. Those are very popular. It says only 2 out of 10, but a lot of them I've gotten 6, 8. I think we're down to 8. I think there's only a couple of these left because people add them on. Here it is, where you become a ghost. It's been 2,000 before to have your name and image put into the story. Now it's 1,000. Oh, and here's the discount I told you about. It's 25% off on the full commission. Those are gone. Did I pass the? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's the Compass Comics. Yeah, and that one, the Compass Comics ones are 50% off. So that's a really great deal. If you're in, if you want commissions and original art. Spin Rack. What is Spin Rack? Spin Rack is a tech and game company that Chuck Dixon and I are involved in that will be producing games based upon our IPs. So a lot of the stuff from Compass Comics and Chuck's things are all going to be involved in Spin Rack. So the Chinook is first out of the gate. We've got mobile games coming out probably in February sometime. And they'll be featuring the characters from Joe Frankenstein, Law Dog, and my sister Suprema. So you should check out spinrack.io and see what we're all about. Because big things are going to be happening pretty soon over there. Stretch goals. These is what we talked about. So on this project here, we've already unlocked the bookmark. So you back the book, you back Ghost of Metakumbiki, you get the bookmark, the trading card, you get the Ghost of Metakumbiki logo sticker, and there's an 8-page epilogue being added to the story. So now you're getting more story content as well. So really, really, really great stuff happening here. All right. So that is not only crowdfunding and what you can expect, but what you can expect from me. You can see here, let me show you updates. I update my backers every week. So week 9, week 8, week 7. So every week, it's on a Monday, you're going to get an update from me. about where we are in the process. Now, as I said, these are labor-intensive projects, so while the campaign is still available in demand as it is, the set fulfillment date, or estimated fulfillment date, I should say, is what you have to put in when you create the campaign, is August of this year. So by August, everything will ship to everybody. It'll be printed. All the other stuff will be printed. Artwork will go out. Shirts will go out. All that stuff, and combined, so that you get all your packages together at one time when possible. If I can get this done sooner, I will. But it will be done by August. So that's my promise. And I've hit my deadline on all my campaigns, and I've always fulfilled. So you can rest assured, if you back this project, you will you'll be getting not only a quality product, but you'll get it when you are expecting to get it. So that's a little bit of crowdfunding, how I see it, what I think you should expect when you back a crowdfunding project, and what you can expect from me. So if you haven't done so, I'll ask you to click the link. It's in the description up here on YouTube, and check it out yourself, and pick out some cool stuff, and back independent comics. You won't regret it, and I will appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative for you. And I got to get back to work. I got stuff to do. I got backers to keep happy. So until then, we'll see you. Bye-bye.